A lot of my friends will be like, oh, sex objects. I'm like, not what you think.
The image that greets visitors to the East Gallery of UVM's Fleming Museum says it all. Let's have a talk about sex.
Every object you see has something to share about sex and gender and sexuality, about human relationships. And so tea sets, wedding dresses, Amazonian headdresses are all ways that people and cultures have learned about gender, have expressed gender, and have expressed sexuality.
Okay, there are a few reclining nudes, some lacy unmentionables, and a couple of chaste statues of randy Greek gods and goddesses. So there's that. What Sex Objects really aims to engage is the largest sex organ, the brain.
We wanted the public to come in, look at the objects, yes, read the labels, but also to look at the objects in new ways, because we are doing things like comparing different cultures or presenting them in ways that maybe people haven't thought about them before.
I felt very smart because I could point out this Narcissa at the fountain.
Yeah.
This exhibition was curated by the Fleming staff and 40 students in 2 University of Vermont classes, anthropology and art history. Anna White majors in anthropology and linguistics.
People can really walk through and identify with these pieces, and I've noticed that a lot when people will walk through and kind of be stuck on a piece. And they'll look at something and then not really be able to leave right away and like keep looking at it. And I mean, I can't read their mind, but I can only imagine that they're drawing some kind of connection and seeing it in a different way than maybe somebody else would see it.
White's favorite piece is one that's up for interpretation, a silkscreen print by Red Grooms entitled Mango Mango.
People had conflicting ideas as to whether or not it was like a mutual like act of desire or like a predatory act of danger. Like is the woman and the man like mutually doing this? I think that they totally are, and I think it's super fun, and they're just really into the dance. Somebody pointed out that like, the woman's like holding a cigarette, and if she was like not into it, she probably wouldn't be like holding it the way that she is. I really like the piece just because it's fun and up to the viewer's interpretation in like a way that not a lot of the other pieces aren't. But this one, you can kind of look at it and form an opinion and talk about it with people you're with.
So what I really want to know is, are you interested in still doing museum work after working on this exhibition?
Yes, definitely.
For Tammy Alonis, working with students like White puts the Fleming Museum's mission into perspective.
I think giving students access to our collections is really, really important. I consider that an important part of the work that I do every day. I also consider that one of the most inspiring parts of the work that I do every day, because when I'm working with students, when any of us are working with students, those students bring fresh eyes to the collection, they bring fresh perspectives, and exhibitions, classes and then exhibitions, are ways for students to share those new perspectives. And the students from both of these classes worked closely with objects every week, researching them, working with them, measuring them, describing them, drawing them, and giving them access to that is really special.
If you're ready to think sexy thoughts, then Sex Objects is for you. Just be sure to bring that big, beautiful brain of yours along. At UVM's Fleming Museum, I'm Keith Silva with Across the Fence.